In this video, I'm going to go over how dogs help mental health and how it's helped me personally as a disabled veteran. If you're new to this channel, my name is Rose, and I'm a veteran rated with 100% disability for my mental health and physical injuries while serving on active duty in the military. I share tips and tricks on how to live a healthier, happier life despite past injuries. If you find this video helpful, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to like, share, and comment below. As a disabled veteran, I heard about programs that offer free service dogs for disabled veterans that help with a wide range of assistance, including physical tasks like retrieving items, assisting with mobility, emotional support and alert for medical conditions, helping with daily tasks such as medication reminders, alerting to noises, and calming during anxiety attacks and PTSD episodes. These were all things that I felt that I could personally benefit from since I've had multiple surgeries requiring assistance during recovery. I've also been prescribed various medications that leave my memory foggy, so I can't even remember if I took the medications or not. I've been diagnosed with depression, PTSD, and anxiety disorder that is so debilitating that it affects my finances, relationships, and other areas of my life because of the times when it's hard to get out of bed. According to the National Alliance on Mental Health, dogs reduce stress, anxiety, depression, ease loneliness, improve self-esteem, encourage exercise, and improve your overall health. Dogs also promote more social interaction and security. As promising as all of this sounded, my anxiety kicked in and I was hesitant to make the financial commitment because upon researching, the average American spends anywhere from $1,500 to $9,900 per dog per year. Following is a breakdown of the yearly costs associated with dog ownership. Dog food and treats, $150 to $700. Toys, $20 to $500. Dog bed, $50 to $200. Leashes and collars, $20 to $50. Grooming, $30 to $500. Routine vet care, $70 to $2,000. Preventative medicine and supplements, $200 to $600. Training resources, $20 to $5,000. Dog walker, if you're not going to walk your own dog daily, up to $5,200 a year. And if you're ever going to go on vacation, the average pet sitter costs about $50 to $70 per night per pet. Despite organizations offering free service dog for disabled veterans, I decided I wanted to go to the shelter and get a rescue so that I can give a pound puppy a second chance at a good life like he might be doing for me. The website that I used to search for the perfect dog was www.puppyfinder.com. I was able to filter by radius, gender, age, breed, all kinds of things. I even found shelters that were willing to waive the adoption fee. When I first got Deebo, my pit bull mix puppy, he was 9 months old. The shelter had told me he was healthy, but as soon as I brought him home, I took him to the vet and found out that he had worms and an ear infection. So from the dog food to the dog toys, the leash and collar, dog bed, crate, vet bill, prescription medication, treats, and everything else that I needed for Deebo, it was easily over $1,000 for that initial investment. There's also a big time commitment when it comes to getting a dog. Dogs are really social animals. They really need at least 2 hours of focused, active attention, meaning you're spending quality time walking the dog, petting, socializing, and interacting with the dog. If you leave your dog constantly over 6 hours at a time, it isn't good for your dog's mental health and they can exhibit symptoms of anxiety and depression, which can also in turn cause destructive behaviors. At first, even though I didn't think the financial and time commitment would be a problem for me, I was still a little hesitant to make the commitment. So what I did was sign up for Rover to be a dog sitter first. So that way I can get exposure to having dogs around and also get paid. Within a few months of doing Rover, I realized I really wanted my own dog, and that's when I decided to get Deebo. Once I got Deebo home, I needed to train him, and one of the first things that I did was train him to use his doggy doorbell whenever he needed to go outside. Training takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, and consistency. So if you feel like you lack any of those things, there are other options for dog training. The least expensive option would be group training, which starts at about $30 per class. There's also private training that starts at about $50 an hour. There's also day training where you can drop off your puppy like school in the morning and pick them up in the afternoon after school is over, and that starts at about $100 per day. And then lastly, there's also boarding options where you can drop off your dog for 2 to 4 weeks, and that starts anywhere from $2,500 for 2 weeks. I trained Deebo myself for some basic commands like ringing his doggy doorbell, sit, stay, down, and then I decided to take him to PetSmart for group training classes so he can get a little puppy socialization. Then I took him to a 3-week day training class where he basically learned how to walk on a leash, also reinforced some of the previous training that he had already been taught. I decided against the boarding program because all of them seemed to use shock collars, and I just couldn't get myself to trust a complete stranger with the shock collar on my puppy. I remember the first time I got Deebo home and he was in my living room, seeing this strange, unfamiliar animal in my house. I kind of panicked and said, what did I do? Did I just make a big mistake? There was a rush of anxiety, realizing that I was now responsible for a life outside myself. But within weeks, as corny as it sounds, I realized that I needed him as much as he needed me. I don't know about you, but for me, it's easier to do things for someone else than it is to do for myself. It's not just that I feel safer when I walk with Deebo, and it's not that my back doesn't hurt any less when I'm walking with him, but I know that he needs it, and it makes him so happy because he has this big, huge smile on his face when we're outside, and the walking's good for both of us anyway. And somehow he reminds me almost exactly at the same time every single day when it's time to go for our afternoon walk or when it's time to go to the dog park in the morning. It's as if he knows how to tell time and has his own watch. Before getting Deebo, I used to get maybe 500 steps a day just inside my house, and since I got Deebo, I do an average of 5,000 steps per day. Since going to the dog park, I've also been able to socialize with people more often and regularly. I regularly get outside to get fresh air and sunshine, and all of this helps my mental health as well as physical health. And all these improvements in my mental health and physical health has led me to a stable job. It's never been hard for me to get a job. The challenge has always been keeping it because of my mental health and physical health disabilities. But working from home and being able to pet Deebo during times of stress or tension has been a great tool for me to reduce any kind of anxiety. It's just been a great coping mechanism. And our daily walks during our lunch break really helps break things up and keeps me from feeling overwhelmed from work. If you've been considering getting a dog to improve your mental health, I hope this video has been helpful. If you'd like to check out some of my other videos talking about military benefits or improving your mental health or financial health, please check out the playlist called Note to Self.